Now, let's talk about Prop 215, how I got involved with Prop 215. As a patient, I heard a little news clipping on the news stating that they were going to open a club in Santa Monica. Well, I found out through the Hemp Council in Huntington Beach. They gave me that number. I contacted them. They told me what I needed. So I talked to my doctor. Her and I discussed about me using medicinal cannabis. She was well informed that I was educating myself about my condition and joined support groups, as well as tried all different types of medications. So I joined. I met Scott, told him what I needed, that I wanted to campaign for Prop 215 in Orange County that I lived in. He gave me that information, came home, medicated, analyzed the information, went back to see my doctor, told her the side effects were more positive. I'm coming back to life. Positive energies coming back. So I studied Prop 215. I went back to the Hemp Council. As soon as the Secretary of California announced that we had it on the ballot, I told them that I will be the one, the patient, to be on the front lines to campaign for Prop 215. No sooner than I said that, there was an article that came out by Sheriff Gates and the DA, Mike Capizzi, the top dogs of Orange County, going to spearhead against Prop 215. The only choice I had was to go try to meet Sheriff Gates. So I went to his office, knocked on his door, met his secretary, informed her why I was there, to hopefully to change Sheriff Gates' opinion about Prop 215. If you could talk to a patient, that I am. But that didn't happen. But him and I were in the newspapers. So it's not like he knew I was out there. During campaigning, I was followed night and day. Somebody was following me. Then when it became law, that's when I spoke in on the newspapers. The people had spoken. It was for the compassion of medicinal use for patients that benefits. Made it clearly for that. While I was meeting people during the campaigning of Prop 215, many of them were sharing their stories, stating their doctors were telling them, if it passed, I will write your recommendation. Well, it passed. But as soon as it passed, the Clinton administration and the drug czar came out and threatened the doctors if they would exercise the law of Prop 215, that they would lose their license. Now, these patients that the doctors gave their word that they were right, no longer there. Now these patients become victims now. While I kept myself in the newspapers, I was able to meet attorney, doctors. Attorney needed a doctor for his nephew. I put him and the doctor together. Other patients needed a doctor. I put them together. This is a drug war. I knew from the get-go when I came in when I was studying this in my room as a hermit, when I stepped out, that what I was up against. My freedom my liberty, my civil rights, my disability rights, my patient rights will all be violated. Not as well for myself as well as the members and throughout the state of California, where all patients would be victimized. So that's why I got involved. Because I took an oath at the age of 17 to defend the Constitution, foreign or domestic. I'm fighting this drug war in my front yard. And every president, everybody knows it as a war. The big W-A-R. I was up front. I reached out to the city officials